challenge this is going to be for this man. A first-round match in our North American heavyweight tournament, and he is going to be facing one of the toughest challenges of his career. Must defeat him if he will continue in this North American tournament.
He just stepped over the top rope. And the Patriot has a challenge here, no question about it. There's a good look at the Soultaker.
Well, already on today's program, we've taken a look back at some of the things that have happened in the first round so far. That match in our last show between Cactus Jack and Gary Young, one of the most exciting matches I've ever seen. This one has every right to be just as exciting as the Soultaker takes on the Patriot. And for the first time, I think I see some hesitancy in the Patriot. I don't think he knows exactly how he's going to handle this man. He's getting all of his little Patriots behind him right now, getting the crowd going, USA, USA.
We must be at war with parts unknown.
As you can see, the fans don't know what to make of the Soultaker either.
The Soultaker, not a newcomer, has been around. Series of matches with Jerry the King Lawler, has also been in Japan, where he was very impressive.
And of course, all kind of rumors going around about the Soultaker and his partner. I have heard rumors that he will be teaming up with Bad News. If that does come true, then these two men could be one of the most formidable teams in wrestling history, Scott.
I don't know who would have the worst attitude of those two men. That would when you look at Bad News and say, well, he may not be the meanest guy on the team, you know you've got somebody else who's very, very mean for a partner for him.
Well, I know that on one of our upcoming shows, Bad News has requested some time to make an announcement. I would hate to think that that announcement will be that the Soultaker will be his new partner, because these two men, as I said, would make a very formidable team. Look at this. The Patriot having a hard time putting a headlock on the Soultaker because of the added height of the Soultaker. Soultaker misses with a clothesline. The Patriot comes back. There's a boot. There's a couple of, it looks like fists. It looks like the Patriot's going to use whatever it takes. And he drives the Soultaker over the top.
And that's a lot of weight to go over that top rope onto the floor here at the Global Dome.
And the Patriot now has got the fans going wild. This is what it's going to take. It's going to take something like that to defeat a man like the Soultaker.
Look at the size of this Soultaker. I wish these two would just stand next to each other at one point so we could see who's the taller. Oh, boy, and the Patriot in a bad way as Soultaker drives the small of the Patriots back into the corner, if you will, of the ring apron.
Soultaker now taking charge and just raking those fingernails down the back. And he's going after the small of the back, Scott.
That's going to be a weak point for anybody. I don't care how big you are, how muscular you are, how well you train yourself. The small of your back is very vulnerable. Not a lot of muscle back there to protect those vertebrae from any kind of punch, much less a punch from someone the size of the Soultaker. Going to get close to the kidneys and all sorts of other internal organs in there also, Joe. It'll bring down the biggest man, and I don't know that the Patriot is not the biggest man in this match.
What an unbelievable man this man is. I can't believe the things I'm hearing. I couldn't hear some of them. Oh, look at that move on the Soultaker's part. And the Patriot kicks out at just over a 2 count. The third count was on its way down as the Patriot kicked out. Now where's the Soultaker going? He's got him in the standing guillotine. Very close to making this an octopus if he just drapes that other leg, but he's got his hand on the rope.
And once again, the Soultaker has this match well scouted. He knows that someone the size of the Patriot is not vulnerable, doesn't have a lot of weakness, but he's playing on maybe the only weakness the Patriot has, and it's only a weakness because it's a weakness on everyone, and that's the back. And the Patriot now being stretched all out of proportion by this big man with the double mohawk, the Soultaker.
Soultaker arguing with the referee. The referee saying the fans are saying you're using the rope, but the referee's got to see it to break it. And there we see it in plain view, but the referee is being blocked. This time he caught it, though. This time he caught it. He kicked the man's foot off, or hand rather, off the rope, which gave the Patriot the leverage he needed to hip toss and get out of that hole, but the damage may have been done. The Patriot fights back.
The Patriot was held in that standing guillotine for about 2 minutes.
Now the Patriot down. You know, we haven't seen the Patriot in this kind of shape in too many instances.
No, we sure haven't.
And the Soultaker may have just made one of the biggest mistakes of his life. He might have been able to have pinned the Patriot right there, but instead he pulled him up.
When you get a champion on the mat, even though this isn't for the GWF Television Championship, it's a tournament match for the North American title. Anytime you get a champion on the mat and you have an opportunity to pin him, you pin him. You don't pull him up for some grandiose ego boost. You get the 3 count to boost yourself up into the upper echelon, rather, of those top 10 rankings.
That's exactly the case. And the Soultaker, as I said, may have made a big mistake because the Patriot is back on his feet. He's using, there's an elbow, there's another one. And he's used the elbow to break away from that nerve hole. He goes after the Soultaker, and the Soultaker just throws him, and he goes all the way through, straight down, right outside. And the Patriot came right down face first, and I think the Patriot is hurt. I think the Patriot, as I said, I'm not sure he knows how to handle this. This has got to be one of the biggest men he's ever faced.
Well, you could hear that thud when the Patriot went through the ropes onto the arena floor.
Oh, but the Patriot says, you want to fight out here? Then we'll fight out here. Now, he's got his leg, and yes, right into the steel post. The Patriot takes and puts that leg right into the steel post 2 times. And now, is he going to be able to take? Yes, sir. He's going back in, and look at him coming back to life as the crowd cheering USA. Patriot keeping the Soultaker off of his feet, goes up, he's climbing the top rope, the Soultaker turning around and walks right into it and moves out of the way.
That's the first time we've seen the Patriot miss with the Patriot missile.
Since the finals, of course, of that tournament for the TV, and that one he had a little help in too, Scott. Oh, but this time it's the Soultaker that misses a move, and the Patriot got him. The Patriot got him. The Patriot rolled him up. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is the Patriot. The Patriot able to win this match. He moves on in the tournament, and we will be back in just a few minutes.